Hi friends! So I wanted to just make a quick video to show some examples from previous semesters of what um, they did for their presentations so that you have this ready and available for you, easier than trying to rummage through one of the class recordings or something like that. So first, I want to start with Cyclone Nargis. I'll start here, I guess. So this person did their presentation on a specific cyclone. So if you do something like this, then on my rubric, the description and the case study is going to be all lumped together in terms of the points wise. So it's all kind of smooshed in. So she has her introduction, why they chose it, where and when the cyclone occurred, um, why it occurred, how it was caused, basically kind of going back into that why and how, what kind of weather conditions caused it, the some of the damages that were done. So lots of people were killed and went missing. Myanmar is a really third world nation, so that's not surprising really. And in conclusion, another picture. And notice here with her pictures, she has descriptions or figure captions on pretty much every single one of the photos, even this one here. So make sure that is a really key thing that I look for. That's worth like 15 points. So make sure that you have that done. Even, right? Like a cartoon, like that's totally a thing. And here was just another source and her references. Notice how this was only 11 slides. So you're doing a 5 to 10 minute presentation. It doesn't have to be 20 million slides. So make sure you're keeping it short. And another thing I do want to mention in terms of presenting with Zoom, when you have it in presentation mode and you don't have a dual monitor set up, you're not going to be able to see the comments that you put at the bottom of your thing. So let me see if I can maybe make a representation of that really quick. Hang on. So if I were to, so I'll just go back to hers so I know I saw comments on hers. So see right here, like the comments that you would maybe make for yourself so that you remember to say things, you won't be able to see those on Zoom. So just a heads up. So maybe have, if you're a note card kind of person, maybe have the note cards off to the side or whatever. This was another pretty good one. So they did Derecho's Storms. Um, so, you can make it funny. You can make it, something kind of interesting. It doesn't have to be like a super scholarly um, uh, presentation if you don't want it to be. It can be funny. You can make us laugh if you want. So yeah, so what is it? Why is it there? How does it work? Another picture of one. A video. I love videos. You can, use words like that if you want. The damages that can be done with it. Yeah, it's kind of funny, right? A case study. This was an oak-dominated forest. And then the trees were just totally, totally done. And then her references. Another good one that kind of went above and beyond, and I showed this one in class, but she looked into like an actual scientific case study when she was looking at volcanic lightning. So she, did asked why volcanic lightning. So she more so spoke her introduction rather than having it totally on the slides, which is totally fine as well. I'm into that. What, where, when, and why. Continued, and the specific case study. So she got this figure from the exact case study. Her figure caption is over here, or description. And so I know for sure that this was not the figure caption that was in the case study because there's no way. Figure captions in scientific papers are like a whole paragraph long. So she went above and beyond in a sense where she read a scientific paper, She digested the information. She was able to regurgitate that information in a way that was uh, uh, able to be digested by us, if that makes sense, or by other students. Um, and conclusion and preparation and references. Again, notice the number of slides here, only about 11 slides. And then if you're doing something that doesn't really take a whole lot of time, that's totally okay. Like the asperitas clouds, there's really not a whole lot to say about them other than they're pretty. So how do they form? A video, some pictures, more pictures, pictures, in conclusion, and we're done. This one was only 8 slides. So even if you're doing something that quote unquote doesn't have a lot of material to show, then you can still make it interesting with pretty pictures and videos, if that makes sense. And I think that's really all the ones that I wanted to show in terms of all of that. So I showed examples of, you know, a short one, a really in-depth one, one if you're doing like a specific storm or a specific tornado or whatever, and then kind of a good old average, just straight up presentation. If you have any questions on anything, or if you want me to look at your slides before you do your presentation, I'm very, very happy to do so, to be able to give you feedback so that you can get the highest possible grade for this project, since it is worth a bit of points, or a pretty strong part of your grade. It's about worth 10% of your grade, essentially. So let me know if you have any questions. If you haven't turned in a topic yet, please do so as soon as possible. And have a wonderful and happy Thanksgiving if you watch this before then. Have a great night, gal. Thank you.